Hello everyone, Eric here, back with another video. Today I have a review, super excited about this one. I'm going to review Celsius herbicide, definitely a popular product among St. Augustine lawn enthusiasts. Did a ton of research on this before I decided to pull the trigger. There was a couple of reasons why I chose Celsius. Well, first off, I was trying to eradicate tall fescue in a St. Augustine lawn. It took me a while to figure out what type of product to use there. Revolver came up. Revolver was a very expensive product. I think it was like right around $300, $340 per bottle. That's a little more than I would like to spend on a tall fescue weed killer. But I've heard it's very good. I can't tell you anything about it. I've never used it. Celsius does call for damaging tall fescue, so I picked some up. It was about $140 for the bottle, I believe. I'll actually post in here what I actually paid for it. I think it was about $140. Anyway. Was very excited when I picked it up. I picked it up about 2 months into the grow. So this was back in May, and I went at the medium rate first. Went at the medium rate, used surfactant at the medium rate, and the weather that day was right around 80, 78, 80 degrees, and applied the medium application. First week, I did start to see some damage to some of the spurge that I had, and then also there was a couple little pieces of crabgrass that were also damaged, which is great to see. Did not see much on the fescue side, but I also read a lot that Celsius was a slow-acting herbicide. So I was patient, and about 3 weeks in, I started to see some damage to the fescue. Now, the weather was also heating up at the time, so I couldn't confirm whether it was sun damage or if it was actual Celsius damage. Week 4, it was clearly Celsius damage. I was very excited about the results with Celsius on the tall fescue. The spurge, some of the spurge that was damaged stayed away at the medium rate. The crabgrass was definitely damaged at the medium rate and died, but the spurge stuck around. Thus, my second application. So my second application, I applied at the high rate, which is a 0.113 ounces. Now, I will say, if you're going to buy a Celsius, please buy a scale. Again, please buy a scale. It does come with a measuring cup. I don't necessarily trust it. It's a very strong product. You only use very little. I feel that if you went over on it, it would probably do some damage on your lawn, and I'll tell you why. Because at the high rate, I did not mix surfactant initially. I did add some blue dye so that I could see where I was spraying. It was a hot day. It was like 85, 88 degrees. And I started my spray, started my application, and I could not see where I had sprayed. So I thought, you know what, if I just added just a splash of surfactant, maybe a 1/4 ounce, not even, to a 2-gallon sprayer, couldn't hurt all that bad in a hot day. Well, I did apply. I could see where I was spraying mostly, which was great. But about a week in, there was some damage to the St. Augustine. Nothing that was irreparable, but looked a lot like gray leaf spot. Now, I will asterisk that with, I was experiencing a little bit of fungus I saw a couple days earlier. So I could have exacerbated that by adding an herbicide when I was having some damage, because it says on the label specifically, make sure you're applying to a healthy lawn. This is why I like to fertilize a week before I spray herbicides, just so that my lawn is nice and healthy. I also like to water the day before or 2 days before, depending on how hot it is, to give it some time to dry. So it was definitely a healthy lawn outside of some of that fungus. Celsius could have exacerbated that. Also, what could have made that a little bit more intense was the fact that I did add that little bit of surfactant, and everything I read said, hey, don't use a surfactant in higher temperatures. Now, it does say that on the label that there is no heat restrictions really for Celsius. You can go as high as you'd like into the upper 90s. I would be a little nervous to apply above 90 degrees. I may try it in one part of my yard next summer without the surfactant to see if it has the same effect. I will ensure that the lawn is healthy there. I'm not seeing any fungus or anything like that, so we can really really get a nice, a nice example of if Celsius really does not damage St. Augustine in higher temps. I will say that Celsius does inhibit growth. Most herbicides do, but Celsius was noticeably so. I did a video on saying just let it do its thing, right? Just let St. Augustine do its thing. After a while, you're going to fight weeds in a large plug grow. You're going to fight weeds in any plug grow. But a large plug grow, it can feel overwhelming. But what I decided to do after talking to some friends is to just stop with the herbicide in the middle of summer and just let the St. Augustine run, pull as much as I could by hand, spend about 30 minutes a day just pulling what I could by hand. And that helped a lot towards the end of the summer. And it did overtake a lot of the weeds. The spurge was definitely a problem throughout the year, but nothing that damaged the growth. You can see in my video with a 6-month update that I posted last week. It did really well in most areas that had full sun. So really happy about where we're at with this. Celsius, I would definitely give Celsius right now a 9 out of 10. And the only reason why I'm knocking it down a point is because of the experience I had at the higher temps. Because that was part of the selling point, is that I could use it at higher temperatures. And I felt like there was a lot of damage there. I will asterisk that, and we'll do a test next summer. But anyone that has a St. Augustine lawn that's trying to get rid of tall fescue or annual bluegrass, definitely give Celsius a try as a post-emergent. I will be doing a video on a pre-emergent dithiopyr. I'm 2 weeks into using that, and I have not seen any winter weeds pop up yet, but I'll do a video on that to give you an update there. Just wanted to thank everyone for watching, and anyone that's subscribed to my channel. Definitely appreciate you watching as well. Please consider liking this video and subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye now.